here. So in the prior classes, we did cover this concept of an eye block. The short part of it, and we can come back to it later, is there every once in a while there are some standards that are developed for web design that iRise does not have in the base product, and there's certain features, and we'll show you that you can't easily do natively with iRise, and so you can just there are folks that make these little extensions called iBlocks that help you simulate things that the conventional iRise widgets wouldn't do very well. So this portal style guide, I just want to kind of show two items here, and I'm going to give you a visual example. This one was prepared by CGI, I believe also the same organization, if that name sounds familiar. I think they had something to do with the healthcare.gov site as well. But some of their stuff was pretty nice. They organized kind of a style guide for the CMS site, and not bad. It's I think there's a couple parts that we're going to need to kind of build out our own, which is how we have a user interface where the user is interfacing with the system, where they're actually typing data in as opposed to just reading it. The parts I'm going to focus on, they do talk about the landing page here. They've organized basically two concepts of how to put together a page. There's a grid layout, and then there's elements that go onto the page. I think the term here, they call them portlets. I've called them widgets. And I believe I'm going to show you, I want to kind of focus in on section 6. They have a grid layout and a portlet arrangements. One of the nice things here is that they've given us a lot of flexibility, so there's many permutations on how we might design our system going forward, but it's probably more flexibility than we would want. We have like 5 different portlet designs we could possibly have, and laying them out with several different grid designs. When I get into that, let me kind of pull up CMS right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just show you what the site is, and then I'm going to show you it while looking at it simultaneously with this kind of an abstract style guide view. So this is a page is responding to the size of my screen. You'll notice as I move it wide, it's keeping this content right here in the center of the screen. And as you move it closer together, and this is, you'll see this later on, this is what they call their 2-column grid layout. And as you move it closer, it actually changes, I guess, with the assumption of, you know, this would be more appropriate perhaps if you were using a tablet or a narrower device. So the concept of the responsive screen is it's basically using this HTML standard that's come out that allows your solution to identify how big your, I'm going to just mute, we have some background noise here. Monica? No, it's not you. Adora. Okay, Adora, I'm going to just mute you out there. The responsive design, it just kind of shows it redraws the page to be the best, take advantage of whatever the screen size you have. So one of the things you notice here is that it does a fine job as your screen gets smaller, I guess, kind of fitting into it. And one of the limitations I have some ideas to propose is as you get larger, you just get kind of a bunch of gray space. So let's see what this looks like with the design guide. Basically, we're looking at a 1-column grid when it's really narrow, and the page just kind of consumes that whole place. And as you expand a little bit larger, they have this 2-column grid design here where you would have just fixed on the left-hand side this navigation area, and then a slightly larger portlet size here. Not bad for read-only, but from a work perspective, a huge amount of the landscape's kind of taken up here. And as we're trying to make portlets so you can access many applications, kind of multitasking through the portal, we're going to probably want to simplify our design. Switching back over to the grid, I can't remember if the portlets were up. Okay. Inside of these portlets, these grid patterns, they have these different kind of standardized sizes, as I'll show in a minute. I think we're gonna want to simplify our design for each one of our applications that we're making, or pieces of functionality. We're gonna want to just standardize and have a small size, which is this 4 size portlet that fits into one of the columns. So this is the 3-column layout, and where it is at 8, and 8 takes advantage of the 2 sizes. And I've been kind of speaking abstractly about this. Let me show you what I mean. And we're about to, all right, close that. We're about to look at Chung Yu and I were working on this yesterday. Where is it? Center practice. All right, Team 1. And if everyone can navigate to this Team 1 page, I'm going to link everything right here because we're going to start kind of building our items off of this. Templates. Okay, so let me show you what Chun Yu and we were working on yesterday. We have this concept of a grid design, and this uses a 3-column layout and just kind of repeats itself. And if you were to have a narrower screen, we kind of have our functional area and just kind of stacks it lower to take advantage of the size of the screen you have. Similarly, we just, instead of making each one of these tiles resize, which is kind of what we have here on the CMS site, we have more of this design right here where the tiles are just a fixed size, so we don't have to have many styles of it. And as you expand and pull them out here, it just kind of redraws. And then there's this concept of having kind of 2 portlet sizes, and I'm going to get into kind of what these abstract terms are here for reusable registration. We have a concept of big and small. I don't think we have these linking together, so I'll show you the navigation in a minute here, but we'll do the hard navigation. We have the large widget here, so if you go small, and maybe the large goes back. So I've just standardized these icons. So each one of our portlets here, we have a standard container width, and we'll need to verify against a style guide here, but we have each, instead of trying to design a full page, we're going to kind of parcel this out into a couple small portlets that are all of same size and width. And this functionality that we have here in the background where things are just kind of redrawing and moving around is not natively something you can do with iRise, and we had shown how to download an iBlock and put in some of these extra behaviors. But for today, we're going to focus more on kind of starting to use some of the advanced styles, putting in some of these controls that our team has put in already, and just reuse them for some of the requirements we have for reusable registration. So at this point, does anyone have kind of questions in terms of understanding the concept of I guess a portlet versus a page? And if anyone has a kind of a summary, can kind of help me out on a better way to articulate this one too. I kind of know this more at how to read this, and I have more of the experience of reading a style guide and implementing the style. I'm normally not the one articulating the style guide, so. If anyone has experience articulating this better than I can, you're definitely welcome to jump in here.
I have a question about the numerals in the diagram.
Yes.
I take it that there's some sort of standard 12-column layout behind this, and that's why they're labeled 4-column, 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 or 6 and 6, something like that. Do you know where that standard 12-column layout comes from, that grid?
That's a good question. I just loosely saw this right here. So I've seen the 3-column. When you say 12-column layout, where would that come from? Or there's 12 different portlet options.
When you scroll down and show the portlets, you'll notice that some of them are labeled with a 4 and others are labeled with a 6.
Yes. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
the reason for that in my mind is because it's a 12-column layout, so those sixes are taking up 6 columns apiece, half the page, for a 2-column result, where the 12 columns are being divided into 3 columns, 4 of 4 each. So it makes it hard because they're all columns, right? It's a 12-column grid, but they want either a 2-column or a 3-column visual layout imposed on the grid.
I see.
What I'm seeing.
And so that's similar, I guess, to this. Here's an example, I guess, of a 12-column layout.
That's what I was asking about. Yeah. So they have a 12 and a 16 and a 24, depending, for 960 wide. Okay.
And in order to kind of put the space, we've had a couple different styles. We've been told that it was, so I guess this one doesn't quite fit the dimensions. We were, I believe the original landing page we were given, it was a 10 by 46 pixel width. It didn't quite come together, but I guess that's what Sean, you're suggesting that probably comes from, like, where it's 12 columns. But ideally, instead of the 1060 iBlock, we want something slightly different. It'd be the 1046. We don't have an iBlock for that.
Right, yeah. And that's because I've worked with style guides like this, and this way it's very flexible because you have 12 different columns, but it means that you'll never do anything, you'll never create a widget on the page that's 11.5 columns wide.
Okay.
And over time you avoid things like 7 columns wide and 9.
Okay.
Kind of standard widths within the column.
Yes, and that's kind of what I've tried to do here with this design. If I probably did it the hard way, but standardize the width of these columns, and I put in then here the dimensions for what the grid layout is. So that first portlet, this is the X value of it's indented by 6 and a Y value of 0, and this next one is 351 by 0, and so on and so forth. And as your screen were to get wider, it kind of follows that format. And then similarly, as your screen gets narrower, it kind of follows this pattern. It's my crude way of doing it in the tool.
That helps.
So all right, so that's this is what we have here. Now our challenges, and so Chun, you and I, we did some of this yesterday. We now have this challenge of we need to make kind of some simulations of how this would now work. So I'm going to give you an overview of this reusable registration framework, and I believe I'm going to do a combination of that. We have a hybrid of folks that are on landing page and other folks that are on reusable registration. Manika, you are landing page, right?
Yes.
And Beiying, are you landing page? I'm not sure if Beiying. Okay, so Beiying, Manika, I've got something for them. They'll work on for landing page. Anitha, are you, and I know Adora's landing page. Anitha, are you reusable registration, or are you landing page as well?
No, landing page too.
Okay. Well, we'll have, we have so much, we have enough folks on the team that I'm going to have to divide some, I'm going to have to take advantage of some of you for some of the, the reusable registration screens. So I'm going to pull up all of our work here. We have some low fidelity simulations and some work that we have right now that needs to be reorganized into this tile concept, and we're going to need small and large. So let me show you what we built already, and this is a quick run through. This is the screen that we have for registering. This is our portlet. This is eventually needs to be what we have now is represented here as tabs. Need to now become our tiles. So we'll have a tile for this Innovation Center home, and that needs to become Innovation Center home right here with the content located there. And then the other tiles where you can't quite see them, they need to become, we need to have a small tile, so when request access is selected, you see this in a tile, and then a big version of request access and a small version of the other tiles. I've got some show hide going on here. So this is for landing page. What we're going to do, the first key piece of functionality is, and I think we started on this last week, is right now when you request access, there's a whole lot of tabs. But effectively what we're doing here is you request a new application, and you choose whatever command, whatever application you would like to have access to, and you hit submit. This is the functionality that we'd now like to figure out having in one of the tiles. And I forgot to show this too. There's a design pattern I like to use too, like when you punt and there's just no way to really capture this functionality in the design guide. We're allowed to use a kind of a modal dialog box. I figure we could, and we kind of started down that path. This is another option too. I think this is what we were working on the landing page last. But anyways, going through here, you request this is request access, you type in whatever information you want to have. At the conclusion of this, you get some sort of feedback, and you now see that you have requested access to this application. It's pending, and you have a request ID. The design that I believe we decided to go for, and let me pull it up, and I'll move this all up into next to our team page 1. So if everyone can get here to team page 1, I'm going to go ahead and update this with what we're working on. All right, we'll have a product backlog. We are going to, today we need to build a something for request access. And we need a small portlet and a big portlet. And then since there's other folks on the team, we'll just kind of make a couple of our other ones. We'll make one for QMAT. If we're lucky, I'm thinking we could perhaps pair everyone up in teams on here. So for the teams, I'm going to go ahead and this was kind of fun last time. I like to have just kind of put a section here so we could have get an understanding of everyone that's on the team. We'll just make a team page navigation here while I pull everything up here. So we'll be collaborating right now. Sean, Manica, Beiying, and who else was on the call? Oh, Adora. So while we're getting used to working together, if everyone could go in here and just kind of find, navigate to this this text area right here. Let me know that you've gotten to this page. I'm going to be able to start pulling all the resources you need and having them up this page. So on the team page, if you could go, I'll just put Sean here just to see if I can access. Put in a template, put in your name, and say hello world.
I don't have a Windows computer. I'll have a Windows computer by next week.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I played putting iRise on a Linux box, and found that is in theory possible, but I couldn't pull it off this morning.
Okay, all right. So Sean will be just watching from the cloud. So if everyone else could kind of navigate here to your okay, Manica's here, Beiying, and Adura, and if there's anyone else to join that I missed, let me know. I'm going to go get the landing page.
Tony, this is Anita here.
Oh, Anita,
so
okay.
I went to the team page, team 1. I don't see the section that you just added.
Okay, let me switch the presenter over to you, Anita.
Okay.
All right. So it is team page 1. Center practice, team page 1. How's your connections right there? Oh, you know what? Very good. It's you are on a you're actually local. You're on your computer, but you're not connected to the definition center. If you could share
okay.
your or do you know how to connect?
I think so.
Perfect. And let's get our landing page from up there. Excellent. And let me know when you're there. Okay, so it looks like all right, and ActionNet Center of Practice or ActionNet COP. Open that up there. And go to Team 1. Perfect.
Okay.
Cool. And I was cruel. I didn't even add one, so just add a duplicate view if you want. Where you're at, Sean. Go there and hit a duplicate view. Perfect. Make this one Anita. And I'm going to put in some work that Team 2 and I had worked on. Excellent. Cool. Now that we have this, now that we have the group here, let me kind of give you a walkthrough. You've seen some icons just kind of show up on the page here. Where one of the recommendations that the style guide had was that using style sheets is a good practice. Well, that also seems to be a good practice for iRise as well. So. Believe it or not, these pretty-looking controls, not only do they look prettier than just using local iRise controls, they actually load up faster due to whatever the technology is that shows up there on iRise. So we have, down here at the bottom, we have this request access large tile design and request access small tile objective here. And so we've gotten pretty close at the design that we want for the small tile. For the read view, we have this functionality, and we need to make the size right, but we basically are going to use this control where each one of these items you could, every time you request an item, oh, that's great. If you go down to the Team 1 My Access, we have this design here where you can request an application. It'll just be a table format in this style here. We could use like a data sheet or something. At some point, it shows a listing of the different applications, what the status is, and then the applications that you could, the actions that you could take. So, if you wanted to edit, and we don't even have the requirements for it, but we could just have it go to cloud, remove, which really we're using that requirement for demo purposes to be able to remove it, and then request access. For request access, so we need we're going to have a team focus on getting this this one to the proper size. I'm going to put in the size requirements here, and I think it was who was working on this one with me? Was this Adora? Were you working on this one?
No, it was Bain and me.
Who were the ones? It was Beiying and
Manika.
Okay, Beiying and Manika. You guys are working together on it, so I'm going to give you the challenge here. Hold on one sec. I'm going to put it right next to it. I'm going to give a challenge for you to make the small version of this one. Oops.
Small bird.
I'm going to put in paste from external. So we need the container to be a height of 390 and a width of 324. To give you an example, so when it's done, we want this. We want the small tile to be this big. that's right next to it. And so that needs to be an expand icon.
So individual tile of
Yeah, so that tile right now, it's halfway between the big tile and the small tile. So I wanted to see if I could pair Manica, or I'm sorry, gosh, I keep on doing that. Manica and was it Manica and Being?
yes.
Okay. So wanted to see if I could get you guys try just to get this thing sized to the right part. I would recommend move, I'm going to help you out a little bit. Let's move that table out of there. Get your container to the right size first, and then we can start adding the different features in there. And then after that, while you guys are kind of working on that one, I'm going to see if I can bring the other two folks that are with me. Adura, so this will be the Adura Manica. I'm going to list the team members right here. And did I spell that right here? All right, Manica, was that Manica and Being? You're on that one? Did I spell it right? Manica. Oh, almost. Thank you. Actually, I should have someone else fix my spelling for me. And then, so while you guys are working on that, try to get that to the right size, and then get your figure out what you can do to make that table a little bit narrower. I'm going to go further on down the screen. I'm going to move the presenter over to me. I'm just going to throw you guys to the wolves. And I'm going to bring with me Anitha and Sean. I know he can't do anything yet. Anitha, Sean, and Adura.
I have no idea.
I'm saving a lot of time here by just shortening people's names by a letter just randomly. We need to make a container. It's a larger container that is for this, which is 699 by, let me just copy it this way, 699 by 790. So, Anitha, do you know how to create sections? Do you remember how to put in a section? Hey, Anitha. Right there?
I'm sorry, I'm talking on the mute.
Oh, okay. Wanted to see if, do you remember how to create a section?
Yeah, just drag and drop the section controller.
Perfect. I'm going to, so Anitha, can you create a section, and then Adura, when Anitha creates that section, can you create a section as well as apply the style to it? We're going to want to, if you create this section, I'll apply the style so it's easy for Adura to see it.
Okay, so the section you want me to create on team page, team 1, right?
On team page, team 1, and go to the part I put in a label for Anitha, Sean, and Adura. See if you can kind of aim it right there. In fact, you could just wrap this in a container, or wrap it in a section. I see a tile's been created up there. Who created the tile?
Oh, is that a tile?
Yep, that one's too big. I'm sorry, it's one. Tile was a miss there. Do you want me to?
I created a section. I mean, that the tooltip did say it is a section.
Oh, okay. All right, great. Well, now that you created the section, could you just so we could see it more easily, go ahead and we want to add a container on that one. So it's the team 2, because team 2 is the one that created it. We need to go to team 2 container. That team 2 container style. Maybe it's called portal container. It's called the team 2 portal container style. And once you do that, we're going to see the nice rounded dotted arrows around that.
Do I see that on the left-hand side of the?
You should see that. In fact, let me take a look at your screen if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's take a look at your screen here. Okay. Oh, there you go. You have it all the way up there. Okay. So that's the style. So click that tile. Oh, I have control. All right, I have control here. And now we want to just add this style to it, the Team 2 portal container. And I'm going to move this down. I kind of created a team section over here.
I have a question.
Yes. Oh, I've got a feeling. Is your screen upside down right now?
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Did I just make your screen go upside down, though? I think I used a keyboard shortcut that may be interfering with your hotkey.
Yes.
Okay. Let's turn on. Well, actually, let's get your screen right side up. All right, are you right side up?
Yes.
Okay. There's this one neat iRise shortcut that is also a a monitor hotkey that can turn your monitor upside down. So I'm going to disable that one. All right, and I want to move this this tile that you had here. I made a section down here. I want to kind of see if I can bring it back. Let's just bring it here. I've created kind of a work area for us down here, way down at the bottom of the page. And this is what we want to kind of start making. So, Dora, if you're here, could you please go ahead and make this container width of 699 or 66? Well, this container width right here, and that container height. And while we're doing that, we need to put in a couple more styles here. We need to have a container header. And I'm just going to give you a browser view so you can kind of see what to select from. I'm going to close the other tabs. While that's opening up, we can kind of see how's the sizing going on up here. Oh, I see really tiny tables there. Manica and Beijing, how's it going there?
Well,
Looks a little.
this is where I'm supposed to work, right?
What's that?
This is where I'm supposed to work.
Yeah.
Inside this container.
Yep, inside this container for Manica and Beijing, we want to see if we can. We need to figure out how to make this table small enough to fit in here. This looks like you've created a tile list there. That's the wrong. So kind of help you out a little bit. Oh, that's all right. It's good because we're all in the same spot so we can see it. So you want to put this table control in there.
Oh, okay.
And then just kind of but figure out how to kind of size it so it's going to fit within the dimensions of this tile here. The container has to be this big. All right, excellent. So Anita and Adora, you've selected Adora. You've got us the right size here. Now the next part for our container, and I think it's easiest just to design from the outside in first. We need to give this a style so it looks like the portlet header. What we've done since we created something. I tried to launch this page. Maybe it's on the other monitor. Could you grab that other page, Anita, that's perhaps on your other monitor? That's you know what? It's the portlet header if you happen to have that. But you want to make sure you have the right thing selected. So right now you have the portlet container selected. We'll give that a name. Oops. So right now you have the portlet container large selected. Okay, that's still the right size. And then the Anita, Sean, and Tony and Adora, we want to make that one the portlet header. So click that and move up here. Yep. There's a portlet header, I believe. That's container. There's another style.
Okay. Portlet breadcrumb.
Well, let me share my screen here because what I've done there's I've used this I use this one convention so we can kind of always see what we have here. So on this team page, I like just to kind of write out my styles so I can kind of reference them pretty quickly. So we wanted to use we want to use the Team 2 portlet header style on this guy. Right now we have the container style, and in order to make it this nice blue one, we want to apply the Team 2 portlet header style. All right. Awesome. Oh, wow. Looks like, and I'm sorry for throwing you to the woods, but mannequin being, I've heard that if you're frustrated, it means you're learning. So it looks like you have a table now, but you've got a bunch of columns in there. I'd recommend deleting that table and trying to insert only 3 columns. Here's an example. So if you do this, you can just do basic table and 3 columns, and just do 3 columns and 3 rows, and then you'll have a table. And you can, the size will automatically fit. So you can hold down the control button, and when you hold down the control, it just makes a nice, easy copy of whatever you have. But I'm going to delete it because that'd be too easy if you guys were able to just do it that way. Come right back. So Anitha, Dura, and Sean, that's great. We're going to wrap this in a section here, and I'm going to call this the header.
Hey Tony, when
Yes.
you said you are going to wrap that in a section, how did you do that?
Oh, thank you for keeping me honest here. So if you right-click, and so this is the, if anyone has Adobe Acrobat experience, you'll find that right-click is used a lot here. So you can right-click, or you can use the menu. So if you can do right-click, you can do wrap in section, and now we have a section right here. So I call it just the portlet header. And I know I'm going to want this to be on the left-hand side. And I know from having put several of these in that it's 40, size 40. And I know the width that I want it to be. The container width is 669, and I'm going to make it 667. And so the section doesn't look like anything just yet, but Dora, I'm going to see if I can have you. I'm going to see if I can have you go and select, and you want to make sure you select the right thing. If you select the wrong style, silly things happen. So you want to see if you can select so only the portlet header is selected, and then apply the style. Since it's big, we want to use the compress icon. So if you could hit the style Team 2 compress icon, all of a sudden this control is just going to show up over there. And let me take a look at my the table folks up here. All right, we got 3. We have application, status, and actions in there. And so how are you guys doing there? Are you guys just doing copy paste, or are you doing the drag and drop with the holding down the control button? Who's doing those?
Copy paste.
Copy paste. All right, that works. Once you get really lazy, you're going to do the control click. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I had to drag that in there. And it looks like we're going to have a, this is great, we're going to have a little bit of a size issue here because it looks like our columns are still too wide. So I'm trying to figure out how we resolve this this issue here. So I guess one of the nice things that we have icons here. This is probably going to fail a 508 compliance thing. We could shorten the words here on the actions, because right now it looks like our actions are going to give us a hard time here. So I'm thinking maybe we could just shorten the words. We'll turn edit to edit and remove to remove, or change the text. So Beiying, could you make all the edit requests, just turn it into edit, and Manica, make all the remove requests, just switch it to remove. And then after that's done, see if you can make the screen narrower. All right. Now, it looks like here we have a portlet header is gotten small here. Oh, and it's got big. And we have, we have on the text box, we have put the compress icon on the text box. We want to put the portal header there. And then make sure you, I think it was Adora, see if you can try this one again, but make sure it's portlet header is what's selected. And then we get the super easy one. The big ones are always the easiest because we're going to just be able to steal that table that I cruelly put Beiying and Manica on. Oh my gosh, Manica, I'm sorry, Manica. Sorry about that. And let's go ahead and make this thing a little shorter here. But I think we will have these designed, and next we'll just get to this cool little edit box. Oh, actually, we are missing one thing. We need to have the add new request icon in there. That request access somehow needs to get under there. And if you can make that size work, it'll be in good shape. Adora and Sean, Anita, Adora and Sean, we're fine. We can just, I think we can just steal all their work that they did before and just drop it in there. They're going to be upset at us because we didn't have to do any work. And then Anita, if you could, let's, I guess we need to have the proper term for that tile, and I'm thinking this should just be called the request access tile. And then we're going to work on this next one with being able to request access. We're going to make kind of a light box. So go ahead and change this to request access. And I'm going to create a grid for us. So I guess, Anita, go ahead and could you change this to request access on this portlet down here? And Beiying, this portlet up here, change that to request access. And once you get that into the right size, we're going to just go ahead and put this into this responsive template that I have.
Request access.
Oh. And let's go ahead and put this, our portlet here.
Can we add the rows or columns to the table after we create it?
Yes, you can. I'm guessing this was Beiying. If you select that row, right here you'll have the option to hit this Insert Row button. And then you guys are very close, and I can start adding this. Oops.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
And then once this is done, we're going to want to turn these things into masters. And then while we're doing this, I want to just plead for everyone to just kind of get a +1 on this one error that Chen Yu and I discovered yesterday. I have to do kind of a kludgy workaround that hopefully won't have to do for the next version of iRise. So you'll see right here we have team page 1, and where was I? I was on our team page, team 1 scenario. I've created this. This is our landing page swim lane here. So we're going to call this request access. So our request access page, we're going to go ahead and I want to put in, I think this was the big one. This is a nice, oops. We've got this style right here, and I've got something beautiful that's going to fit right in there. All I have to do, what I should be able to do, is just switch master reference. And this thing we designed is just going to automatically kind of fit in here. Unfortunately, when you do that, there's a bug. I'm going to show you the bug, and that will be part of my lobbying for you guys to +1 my bug response here. So let's see if our big tile is done here. He or she is 669 by 750. Wait, I got a Greg email from Greg about more simulation. When should we start? All right, respond back to Greg. So, and by the way, this is your email. This is your heads up that you guys are about to be thrown to the wolves pretty soon. To you at yeah. With Simulation Team 1. We need to come up with a better name for our group, but we're Simulation Team 1. All right, so we have this one right here. I'm going to go, Anitha, just since if you're right here, this is great, but unfortunately, I need to be able to take this this thing that we built here. I want to actually put this in my template. So the safest way to move things between pages is to turn it into a master. So if you could go ahead and do a right-click, save as master, it's kind of like packaging this up really nicely, and now we'll be able to kind of work together. So Anitha, could you please do a right-click and do save as? And we're going to, I think we'll just call all this stuff landing page dot. This is where Sean makes fun of me. I'm good with naming, but I'm horrible with the consistent capital and lowercase.
I see as okay, save as master, right? Yeah. Just doing that. Yes, I did.
Cool. Awesome. And if you could name this, it's important to name these things, and you'll see later on. It's so much easier to work if we can name these things consistently. Could you go ahead and then, I named it right here as landing page request access big, and go ahead and if you wouldn't mind, just give that same name right here. I'm going to need that when I go to put it into this page that we just built. And if I went too fast, let me know on that. So we just created this request access page, and I have this this template right here that I think these are masters. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop your master right into here. So I know it's master 1, but if you could, use that that other page. Oh, I see you just named it. Cool. And echo. You want to just kind of radiate that name out there. And I'm going to call this page landing page.request access. And it's very silly, but just for the sake of, since we have portlets, let's go ahead and just put that small portlet on there, even though it's the exact same thing. And I want to show you now that we've just put this page in here, and unbeknownst to you, you've designed a responsive page for this landing page access. And kind of the whole goal is we're trying just to simplify this page down to just small sections, so you didn't have to understand what responsive design was. You just had to kind of understand how to get things into that dimension. So now let's go ahead and put the more tricky one. Let's go put what Beiying and Minika put in here. And this is the bug. And after you see this bug, I want you to, just if you could support, give a +1 on the error that we saw. Hopefully iRise will get this one fixed. All right, let's go back to that team page and get team page, request 1. We got this guy right here, and let's see, is he the right size? 340. Okay, this one's ready to be shipped up. It'll be we'll send him over there, and then we'll work with some of the renaming things. Wanted to see if someone could, whoever gets to it first, please turn this into master, and let's give it the name small. So the way you do it again is just a right click, save as master, and once you save this as a master, we can, I can just magically take it from wherever it is and just kind of put it into this container. Oh, someone did it already. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make sure it's just named correctly, because master 1 becomes very tricky to see.
Oh, okay.
But if someone could get into this one, there's going to be a renaming request. We want that tile to be called request access. But I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to show you this this obnoxious error. So I'll just kind of put it up at this prominent portlet here, small tile. Oops, that's small tile 3. Tile 2. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just do the switch view or switch master, which is this really nice, easy way. All I have to do now is just find the correctly named item, which is a little while to do since we've been moving around so much, making a lot of stuff here. Where did we put that page? Okay, it's under the landing page center practice. So here's the error we're about to see. So you pick small, so that one's nice, it's easy to see, and it looks like everything's fine, except here's where the bug is. Okay, and of course, because I'm showing it to you, I'm speaking negatively, it's not showing up. But usually, what happens, the style just doesn't show up. I swear, this is what happened before. Let me try it one more time with one of the other ones. Well, we'll just leave that as is for right now. Let's go ahead and put in the. I'll put it on one other grid. So we have the landing page request access. And in our scenario, we also have just kind of this, we'll just call this one landing page. Rename. And landing page, this one, all of our little tiles we can just kind of reuse over and over again. Maybe I can get that error to pop up here, and then you guys will believe me. Okay, see? We had all that fancy styling, but like edit and remove isn't showing up. And so right now the workaround on that one is basically, you can, this switch thing, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have not quite figured out the rhyme or the reason. In fact, I thought it always just wasn't working. You just have to manually drop it in here.
Actually, I tried to, take the print screen from the browser and then use it here, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it also has some issues with that.
Yeah, there's something with that. There's something with where the style sheet just can't quite find it. But if you just directly put it right in there, it'll go. Or is that what you're talking about? This that type of that error you're getting?
No, this is Monica. No,
Oh, man.
actually, there is an option that you can use the website and crop or do something.
I'm not sure. Would you be able to show it to me?
I can't remember exactly now. I have to go
Okay.
back.
Well, if you come up with any of these errors, this is part of the support group right here.
Okay.
If you want to kind of get these pulled up there, and they do respond pretty quickly. But anyways, I'm getting now this is part of my propaganda here. I've got this error captured. I got a recording of when we did it yesterday. If you guys would be kind enough to go to this link and hit the Me Too button. Usually if I get 2 or 3, that's just enough. That's all I need for Pete and Delico over there to realize that we've got an issue.
Tony?
Yes.
I remember it now. It was the screen, like how you go to browser and then a screen capture, and you can use the screenshot from there.
Oh, there's screen capture tool.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It works. I mean, it works sometimes, and it doesn't. Like sometimes you can have images and all, and sometimes it doesn't do anything.
Yes, that's kind of a funky piece of functionality. I have and Sean might have more experience with that than me, but I found that it's kind of clunky the way it pulls it in there. Sometimes it ingests a real web page nicely, and other times not so great. But one of the downsides is it actually puts the images right on the page. It makes it load up slowly. For us, this little cancel icon or whatever, this minus icon, it's really only one item that's going to be cached locally because of the style. But anyways, if you can reproduce that, we can capture it in this call, and we can report a bug on that one too. Although I don't know how much their support will be, because I think they still call that beta functionality. But anyways, let me if there's time. So do you want to capture that now? If not, we could go back and we could.
We can try.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and show me now, Anika, and then we're going to go and do this this cool lightbox view, modal view for adding. All right. Do screen capture. All right, so save as background. So this should probably, in the top of your iRise browser, you normally have 2 options where it captures it either just as a screenshot or as widgets.
I did it long time back, so I can't remember what exactly I did. But
okay, can you expand your screen a little bit?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought maybe in the iRise browser, if you do that, it'll give you more options.
Okay, so I can't remember where did I go exactly here, but
well,
this
is
Yeah, this is like now it's going, but I think I'll try it later,
okay.
And I'll let you know. Like
the iRise Gremlins.
I can't remember exactly because that time it wasn't working, and now I don't remember like how exactly I tried to express that screenshot again. So.
All right. Well, if you can find it, this is the best way to do it because we have it recording, and it's very hard for the bugs to hide from the recording of GoToMeeting. But let me switch the presenter back to me then, if you don't mind, and I'm going to kind of show our next UI issue. We need to have the ability to request access, but request access is kind of a complicated item. It's probably bigger than you can fit in, especially if you're in that small portlet. Probably too big for that portlet, and that's where we're going to need to have this light box design. This is what our new landing page is going to be, and we're going to have all these rectangles here. And we have the request access, and we request an application, and they're still starting to come up with more things that they want you to have. You're going to need to right now request, the application description and then the role. So let's go ahead and so what I'm proposing is this is probably a great idea to have this pop up as a modal window above the rest of the screen, similar to this. So let's go ahead and just kind of simulate, see what that might look like. So the first thing we need to do is figure out this first aspect of a light box is this kind of transparency thing. And the nice thing is, we have a style for that. So let's go back to the team one page. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to add another style to this so you guys can see it. I've got a style called transparency. Or no, I've got a style called semi-transparent. And I also have a style called light box header that we're going to need. Apparently we have a lot of semi-transparents. Light box header. So we have this thing, I'm going to move back here. We have this thing for this light box header. I'm going to make this master a little wider. So when the screen's up there, we're going to want to have the ability to have this, oh, I see. It added the Google background here. That's very clever. I'm going to just remove that from the page, though. That's funny. All right, so I've got the semi-transparent part. We have a light box header. There's also a light box that we're going to want to put in here. The example of it that I have, I'm going to make this a template. So when I want to work with things in the background, you just hit collapse widget. It makes things disappear for you, which is kind of nice. And where's our responsive tile here? Perfect. Yeah. And then also there's this kind of special little thing we're going to want to do is we're going to always want to have this light box in the center. Obviously, this is a different light box. I'm trying to use templates where we can. So a small grid. Excellent. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of copy this. We're going to make a couple different light boxes here. And we're just reusing this one. This will be the landing page. So our landing page request access light box that we're going to create here. So it's a little bit different from here. So when we request access, we're going to have this landing page request access light box. Let's change the background a little bit though. And just to let you know, I am going fast, but technically this is Advanced Styling Concept 2 of 2. So what we have right here, this is kind of our light box I've pulled from something we have had already. This information is obviously not what we want, so we're going to pull that back. But our general light box control, we're just going to kind of have, we'll need to style, we have a header style here for the light box. We have a control here that's, you don't want to click it, it's not going to take you to the right spot here. And then more information here that you can put in about this application that you want to request access to. I don't know of an icon that goes well with that one. Maybe we'll figure that out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is person information. And I'll put this master on the team page here. Let's see, we'll call this request access. All right, and now let me put this on our Team 1 page. Where's our Team 1 page? All right, guys, we've gone on a long journey here, and we've made a couple of portlets, and now we're going to make a modal item. These are the three things we're going to need to know how to make. How to make a small portlet, a big portlet, and a modal window. And once we know how to do that, we'll be able to simulate the entire project. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete all this other data stuff because the data will follow this. I'm going to go ahead and we'll break the master reference here. So let's go down to the team here and see if let's let's see, I think we lost Anitha, but so let's bring Manica, Bing, and Adura down here. Okay, so the request access, and by the way, does this say, let's just change the title here really quickly to request access. All right, so here's the, we have a couple of items here. I don't know if there's a font awesome font right offhand for request access that we'd want to have. Is everyone familiar with Font Awesome? I try to do a commercial about Font Awesome every time I'm here and I do styling. Sean, are you familiar with Font Awesome? All right, I'm not sure if Sean is here. He might. You are?
Yeah, no. I just had trouble with my computer.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that I've ever used Font Awesome with iRise simulations. At some point, I need to look into how you pull the fonts in initially. Right?
All right, then. Okay, Sean, perfect. You've given me my excuse to go ahead and do this again. I covered this in my last session, but it's I can't do it enough. So if we go to the Advanced Styling Concept page, I want to find an icon that shows requesting access. If you scroll down, I have a link to Font Awesome right here. And so Font Awesome has all of the different types of things that all the standard icons. This is used for Twitter Bootstrap and all the standard libraries that are out there. And the neat thing is this Creative Commons, meaning you won't get in trouble for using this. It's all Creative Commons. Everyone uses it. So this is one nice big standard. And it's great if you are like me and you don't have any graphical ability. So if everyone could just take a quick detour, I want to find a control that we can kind of put on this request access page that looks like a request for access, because I know that's got to be a standard format. If anyone finds it ahead of time, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of scroll down here and look for an icon that looks like a request for access, and I'm going to demonstrate. Actually, I'm going to see if there's a volunteer who can demonstrate how we turn this into an image for iRise. But let's see what would be a request to access. Sometimes cog. I don't know if that's the best icon. What's a good request access icon? Does anyone requested access for any site or anything as of recent anything that comes to mind? Guess we could use a different type of plus.
Right on the right side, there is one plus within the circle.
You like the plus within the circle, and I guess we have that's launching this page. But it'd be kind of cool if there was like an icon that somehow went with requesting access. I'm not sure if there is something. This a lot of this one came directly from CMS, using their style. This is what we have already, so we're kind of using the plus sign. It'd be nice if there was some icon that meant request, access.
I noticed they use an arrow for share, and while requesting access is different than share, it's somehow related.
Yeah, I've been
looking download, so that an arrow kind of up like that is a sharing or getting access to.
That one caught my eye. Right now I'm thinking that's perhaps the best, although I'm thinking that one probably gets shut down. I like the thumbs up, thumbs down, but that's really on the admin side. All right, is that it?
A wrench or some other tool that it's just you're requesting access? So it would be a wrench or a screwdriver.
A wrench or a screwdriver? I'm thinking, that's like a wrench, screwdriver, or a cog or something.
Yeah.
Or if there's a key. Is there a key? Did anyone see a key on here?
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Sean and I like to play with all that stuff. And you'll notice too, Font Awesome has 3 states of a lock too. With locked, kind of locked, and really unlocked. When we get to the admin side, we'll have good stuff there. But it seems like I thought there ought to be a key. If there's here it is, key. Request access. So this could be our cool icon, the request access key. Who has everyone installed the Font Awesome font? If you have not, then I'm going to pick on you, so I can demo from your computer. Adura, you've installed it. Anita, how about you? Have you installed Font Awesome?
No.
You've not. Perfect.
No,
All right, you're my victim. Do you have PowerPoint?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, we're going to need PowerPoint, and then also we're going to need you to go to this Font Awesome. Blank presentation. And, just a couple setup things here. We're going to change, if you don't mind, just sharing the keyboard controls. I'm going to, I like to, could share the control here with me. Or do I have to do a request? Do I have control yet? I don't have control. Okay, awesome. I'm going to do a couple things here. If I haven't been on your computer, then that means you don't have a delete every day folder. So here we go. We're going to see delete every day. Oops. It doesn't really, you don't have to delete every day, but the whole concept is whatever you have on there, just know that it could be deleted every day, because this is going just temporarily right here and right up to the cloud after that.
Okay.
And we'll make a folder in here called iRise. Most people, I just have it called Presentation 1. Okay, so here's this. I'm going to give you a little tour of why word art's fun. And then let's go get you set up here. So we're going to go to People to Jam. Yeah, I can get it from here. People who Jam. Advanced Styling Concepts. Scroll down. Font Awesome. Here's the cheat sheet, but we're also going to need to download Font Awesome too. If I go up to the very beginning, it'll give me the download icon. I otherwise might need to Google. All right. There we go. All right, so first I'm going to show you what happens if you don't have Font Awesome installed, and I think this icon we're going to use is called the Font Awesome key. So let's go to your cheat sheet, and we're going to do Control F, the Font Awesome key. We're going to copy this. Even though it looks like an icon, it's a font. And I believe this is, Sean can kind of provide the color commentary on this one. I believe this is kind of what made Steve Jobs a wealthy guy or a successful guy. with knowing how to make fonts. But anyways, and that's kind of a neat way of getting graphics. Unfortunately, it shows up as a big rectangle in your computer because you don't have Font Awesome installed. So we're going to go to the Delete Everyday folder. We're going to extract. The fonts. And I don't really know what the differences are on these, but I know if you double-click this thing for TrueType, it installs. Now that you have that here, there will be two ways to access Font Awesome. You have a thing locally on your computer called Character Map. And this is kind of a quick way of seeing the fonts that you have. You kind of have to remember where everything is located. But I'm just showing you this to reinforce why the cheat sheet is nice, because you have to remember, oh, it's right here. So this is kind of where you could kind of select your different fonts. I don't know where the key is on this one, but you could just kind of select it and you copy it. And you go to PowerPoint. If you hit paste, you're still going to get a a question mark, and that's because it's Calibri or whatever is your default font. So you have to switch it over here to Font Awesome. Come on, everyone. Yeah. Shift, move your mouse, highlight this whole thing. Well, the font's installed, so we're just going to go ahead and we'll cut and paste again. All right, so we have our key here. We're going to take this, do right-click copy. And now we can use paste, and you can use source theme. And now we have our key formatting. But that's kind of cool. But since we want to make this our neat logo on there, Word has this thing called Word Art, which is really kind of neat. It lets you have a nice looking. Oops. Of course, used the wrong one, but I can recover from this area, I believe, now. And so we might want to just kind of have this access request key, and there's a couple of different styles that we might want to go with here, and we can take a look. So yeah, we could kind of go with the blue access request key. That looks kind of cool. I don't know if we want to make the that look all right. We might have. Let me just see if there's any other text effects we might want to have on there. There's I've got a slightly different version of Word, and it lets me kind of go through this a little bit more. But we could have a glow or a bevel. Anyway, some sharp stuff here. So now that we have this one, this is showing up in just absolutely beautiful, beautiful vector-based graphics, or I think that's the term, no fuzziness. Well, unfortunately, when we go to put it in iRise, we are going to degrade the quality a little bit. The way you do that is you do a right-click copy and paste as picture, and then we're going to crop it. And since we're kind of using a standard, we're going to want this to kind of roughly be the same size as our other icons. So let's scroll down. We're going to want it to approximately be about the same size as this person icon, just That's probably going to look better. So here we go. Now this is the process of the iterative process here for going through styles that I've kind of invented here. So the trick is to kind of copy. I'm trying to move your iRise window. Okay, I think I grabbed it here in the center. So I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to duplicate this style right here. I don't want it to be normal style. I want it to be... Huh. All right, I'm going to use a duplicate of this style, the user icon. And this will be the, I believe it was key.
Or X.
Or what? Well, you know what? I've decided, even though we're going to use Axis, I figure since I just kind of radiate it, since we're using the font awesome key, you know, we might need to go back to we'll use it as Access, but Access, my naming style I've used so far is I've been trying to just replicate wherever it comes from. So if it's font awesome, we need to make another size of it. I just called it key, so we'll be able to see it. So let's go, now that we've cropped this, we can now save this as a picture under that delete everyday folder. If I just can't quite seem to click on that. Do you save as picture? Ah, there it is. It's weird I didn't see that key selected, so it'll be interesting to see what's it's probably going to be a little bit bigger than this one. So we want this one to be the Team 2 key, which right now is just a copy of that user. And, oh, you got something on your E drive. Well, now you know how to get to the, now you know how to get these locally. Did I put... Now I'm confused. Are we looking at yours? Oh, we're looking at my computer. I'm sorry, I grabbed control of the wrong iRise. Okay. The icons were too close to each other. Okay. Edit. I was really confused. I was like, boy, it looks like somehow we're looking at my files there. All right, so C, delete every day, iRise, and we have FA key. All right, cool. That guy showed up. And we hit done. So you see here that that key is just probably a little bit larger than we'd want to have. But it's a nice little key. It's got a nice clear background, but we want to make that, we're just going to eyeball that one that is 2 times too big. So we just go right-click here. There's something for size and position. And we're going to scale it to 50%. And we'll save his picture. Yes, we want to replace it. I'll move it over here so we can watch this thing improve right in front of our eyes. The neat thing, if everyone has this locally, they're going to just kind of see their screen just kind of improving. And done. There we go. This will be our control that shows, you know, this is our access request control here. So we have this, and let's see. We have 20 minutes left, so we're going to speed it up here a little bit quicker. how do I, let's see what I can do. Well, let's kind of, let's just pull up the screen. I think the quickest would be for us just to kind of observe what is in, what's currently in the landing page, and we can just kind of pull those controls over. Actually, let me switch over to my screen here. Switch my presenter over here. Show my screen. Everyone can see my screen? Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, if everyone, we can kind of, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clear all the content out of the screen real quickly. There's clear content. And I think we already have, we already simulated this request access, so I think we can just grab that master. Request new access. Where is our guy? All right. This is the thing we want to grab. Not bad. We've, I think in 2 hours, we put together two screens with some pretty good functionality for requesting access. It'll look good for requesting access, and we're going to need to do the data concepts after this. But we have request access. Trying to think of the best way. Sometimes it's best just to take this and we'll apply the style from here to here. This will break the master reference. Woo. And let me just, before I do that, copy. Actually, this will be the old one. And this is the new one. So we have all this functionality here. We want to go ahead and just pull that in here. So our style, a lot of the stuff is good, but we created this. We've got a portal header style. So let's clear this. Request new application access. We're going to do a clear formatting. We have the style called Team 2 Lightbox Header. We have a whole lot of iRise spaghetti here that we will not be covering until we get into our data concepts, so don't worry about that one. We have this request role to access. We're going to just move all these things over to the right and put in that cool icon of the key. We made it was FA team key. Request new access. we'll have some control over there that does something. But here we go. Here's our new request application access. This one's going to be wrapped in a section, which is that kind of transparency. Anyone remember what that one was called? Is it just called transparency? That's semi-transparent. Oh, and I guess there's a style for that box that makes it have a white color. Actually, I think that's the one thing I've just seemed to consistently just style locally, make it white. All right, so now we have got this request access small, request access light box. Let's go up to Team 1 scenario. We have our landing page, and then we created something else for the light box. There it is. So you can request access. We'll switch it here. And we'll put in request access lightbox. We're going to have something we'll call this request access lightbox, which is the add new button. Maybe small. So we're going at lightning speed here, but now when you click request, it's going to take you over to this page where it's like request access. We're still going to kind of work on this functionality here a little bit. And obviously it's refreshing the wrong page here. Not bad, but we do want this wider, that header a little wider. And we're also going to put in an X here too, because X. We'll have the request access lightbox take us to the landing page. Kind of a crude representation there, but now we have loosely kind of simulated here, and we'll need to kind of tighten the data up like we had before, but we now have a style here where you can request access. Clicking on request access will let you request something here. We don't want to change anything because right now it's refreshing the wrong thing. But after you select something, and again, that'll take us to the wrong page. It's now starting to look, so that was our first step, was to make it look good. Now we just need to tidy up the functionality. I'm afraid to do that while we're in the call, because we have that spaghetti stuff is not something you want to do in the last 10 minutes or your eyes will glaze over here. With what we've done We've just done a quick walkthrough of how to simulate that modal box that we have in the style guide from a styling perspective, how to make portlets and kind of do it in a way for that will fit with this responsive design template. And then we also got a chance to cover one of my favorite topics, which is Fawn Awesome, which is just kind of a neat way of making your simulation look really nice without having a graphic designer skills. Are there any things that any of the items that we'd want to kind of zero in on and perhaps cover, with the remaining 10 minutes? Oh, come on. Did you guys just pick it up that easily? Or is this, are your eyes still kind of reeling from everything that we did?
It's more reeling.
I suspected that. That's why I normally have these recorded so they're available for encore presentations. So we covered quite a bit of ground. Typically, what I would expect is, folks on the team are going to be zeroing in on just one of these boxes, and I'm not sure how the teams are going to be paired up just yet, but I've started to kind of make a design template, and we're just going to start kind of tasking out just certain areas of the screens to different team members. So kind of with the design, perhaps Manika and Beiying will be kind of tasked with just kind of working on the request new application access box, for example, or whatever we have for reusable registration, which I think maybe they'll be pulled into. And they'll just be able to kind of focus on that item and just making sure that they use our standard styles. And I guess that's the key part, is making sure you're able to identify the styles we have there and just put them in there so it looks like all of our work looks cohesive. So let me kind of zip back, I guess, to that last page and just try to challenge everyone with putting just kind of practice on identifying some of these styles and creating a couple of these. So let's see if I can have, I'm going to just put up a couple style challenges right here. So this one will be at Nika. Let's see if you can make this one a star outline. I'm going to just kind of start putting a couple of these items here. And for the text specs, just kind of a two-step part. First is you're going to want to wrap, if it's one of these controls, it's best if you just wrap it in a section and then apply the style. Beiying, Adura, at Anitha. We'll let's put in our key icon. Well, we don't have that listed there yet. We'll do Anitha. We'll make her do the semi-transparent.
Okay.
And actually, Anitha, if you could do yours, oh, nice, Manika, you got yours in there. All right. Way to grab that one. Pull you up there. Star outline. All right. Beiying, see if you can grab settings, wrap that in a section, do settings controls. Nice, Anitha. All right, there you go. User icon. All right. Oh, so you got to make bigger space there. And then I think for the last one, I'm going to make everyone see if they can make a Font Awesome, just get an icon from Font Awesome.
I have a font awesome question.
Okay.
About it. You went through the process and showed very clearly how that then you took the font awesome, which those are characters, just like wingdings, right?
Yes.
And you ended up then making it a picture and using the picture for the icon. What's
Correct.
the advantage of doing that over just making it leaving it a character, and sure it looks like an icon, but leaving it a character in the font?
It's only the only advantage is interoperability. For some, there are some people. I had started off with just using the character, but I had noticed for some folks they were getting those squares, and I don't know why, because I thought I don't know why they were getting the squares. So it's really just for interoperability reasons.
Okay.
Cool,
thanks.
But so that was the only way. That's the only way I know it'll surefire work. So I know that we're going to need to have some download and upload. So I'm going to see if I can put in a challenge for. So Monika's right there. See if she can make this a make icons.
Download.
Yep, icons. And you guys can do this at any point, but make an icon and create a style for that too. So whatever the style is, just kind of name it right here. All right. See, Adora, you have the. I'm going to just wrap this section. It's for the text box. It's almost better if just not style the text. We clear the formatting. And you want to kind of style this this section right here. And then Bing, I don't know if you're still there, if we lost you. Are you still there? Oh, we're losing Anita. All right. Adura, do you have another meeting?
No.
Okay. I'm going to give you, then I'm going to see if you can, I'll just put this user, okay, you got the user icon in there. Perfect. So Monica, she's going to try to make the cloud icon, cloud download, and I think I saw another download icon. Then there's an FA download. And the challenge is, can you make a style of the cloud download and the for Monica and Adura, the regular download. Adura, I could switch over to your desktop. Oh, who's this?
Mine is cloud download. Okay, I was
Yes.
doing the regular one. Okay.
Adora, do you want me to make you the presenter, and we could kind of watch you? We could kind of guide you through that one.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So first thing, you're going to need two things. You're going to need PowerPoint, which is a key for architecture. I've used that a lot, but also it's our graphic design utility, and then you're going to need to be on that Font Awesome website too. Excellent. And then we're going to want to go to Font Awesome, the Font Awesome site, or you can look it up at the, I think that the cheat sheet's probably the best bet, because you know what to look. You can do a search for FA-download. Oh, nice job, Being. Get the settings control in there. Adura, if I could grab control, I can move you to the Font Awesome site real quickly. Or can you? Or did you find it?
No.
I wasn't sure if you're on the other screen. We just can't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, were you able to find it?
No, not yet.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I may be the presenter.
Okay. So the in terms of finding this one, the way to get to it, just kind of where we got, just kind of starting off for our advanced styling concept page. You can go to the Font Awesome cheat sheet right here at the bottom, or just search for Font Awesome. And Adura's looking for the FA download. And then you do a right-click copy. And then paste. Something interesting, I don't know why, but there's, for some reason, it's best to just use a size 18 for the Font Awesome. There's sometimes, for some reason, with the font size of 12, it'll sometimes cut off part of the image. I don't have a good reason for why it does that. But, yeah, so let's see if we can make a download button. And it seems like we've been using kind of blue. But pick whatever I think we've been using kind of a blue control there. Well, you can kind of use maybe one of these styles here. And at some point, someone might have a better idea for a style for us to use, and since we're all using styles, it'll be real easy to update it. You're supposed to save it as picture, copy, paste as picture. Then we have to do this this cropping thing. At some point, though, it does seem like Font Awesome is going to be widely supported, so we could just use the icon library directly. It does work, just not consistently on all computers. Oh, it looks like I've used the download folder before.
That's me.
Or I've used the upload. Anyways, whatever it is, fine. We can once we have the style, we'll be fine. But it does appear that we do have an upload style. Team 2 file upload. So Team 2 has created a file upload. They just it wasn't on the page. So for doing this one, you'd want to just kind of make a duplicate of the file download. All right. I see a cloud showed up there. Nice job. Who did that? Oh, there's
Manika.
Manika. That was excellent. All right, so we got the cloud image in there. That's perfect. We can work on styling. We're at 304, but you were able to create an image and just put it in there. That's great for right now. We can kind of go on the styling is later on, but this is that's perfect. Well, actually, since you are there, if you do have a minute, all you need to do, if you could just we'll go and just Actually, we'll take this one right here since you've done this one already. There's sections on sections here. So you already have this star outline. I'm just going to duplicate this style. And instead of star outline, I'm going to call it the cloud download. If you go to the style cloud download and just hit edit and apply that style, we'll have that in our library, so everyone will be able to use it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to change this right now to cloud download. All right, so this guy's been set up there, so all you need to do when you get up here, if you click once on this section, it'll take you right here and you hit those two A's. And then you click edit, and then hit this icon right here. And then just find your control. And then hit OK, OK, and then it'll upload. Here we go. I was going to cut it 10 minutes ahead of time, and now I'm just going to run 5 minutes long. But Manika's, it's real close. She's got the image there.
So I click cloud download and then.
Yep. Oh, let me see it. Let me make you presenter so I can see what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. Yes, but you actually want to modify it. So if you hit the two A's to the left of that, so first click that. First click that. Yeah, there you go. And now hit the edit button. That was good. Yep. Hit the edit button or the two A's first.
It's not. I don't know. I'm not able to click here.
You're not able to click the two A's? Is the window open
I don't
somewhere?
think I have the control. Do I have the control? I don't know.
I'm trying to sit that. I saw those two A's pop up before.
It did, and then now it doesn't.
Okay. All right. Well, let me show from my screen, I guess. All right.
Okay.
That's going to be hard to do if you can't access it. If you click here and you want to get to that cloud download, I don't have that icon, but I can steal that icon. It's kind of up there as a widget. So let me just save this image. And I can go to delete every day, hit edit, cloud download, hit OK. And now everyone has access to this. And we might want to iterate on it and stuff like that, change the size of it, but here's our cloud download. And now anytime anyone wants that icon, they can just go here, go to Team 2, hit cloud download, and they got that icon. So, all right. Well, that's good. Adora, are you in the middle of things, or if you have to kind of roll on off? I don't want to kind of leave you leave you with the pressure. Do you? It's about 3:10, so we could resume this in our next training. But or unless you want to walk through and get this icon done, we could do it as well. This is just kind of a little extra demo in terms of the Fawn Awesome icon.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
Oh, you can? Okay.
No, I mean to be ready for next lesson.
Oh, do it for the next lesson. Okay. Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, then let me just kind of say thank you everyone for staying on. Sorry for the extra delay. We kind of it was one of the faster sessions. So and thank you, Sean, for joining. And I'm not sure if we have our next session is tomorrow. If this is one of those weeks where we have it doubled up, or if it's if we meet again next week. So if we have a training for tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, have a great weekend, and I'll be chatting with you guys next week. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.